Today's video, I gotta bring on some glasses, not because they make me looking good, but because I'm gonna be spending a lot of time today trying to do some videos, and I need some. These are actually blue light glasses, so I'm gonna need some blue light glasses. And I'm also recording this video with no shorts on or pants, so that's a lot of fun, right? But no, today's video, here we go. Let's bring it up. It is here we go. The Q&A. The Q&A. I kind of took my little fine, tuned fork. I skimmed through a lot of this stuff. I don't care about the art department, unfortunately. Sorry, Mr. Artman. However, not only is there a lot of talk about the TB in the balancing and mechanics of it in this section, but there's a lot of stuff in the content section, some in quality of life. Not a whole lot here in technical. Keep in mind, I'm recording this. Pretty sure it is almost done. This started at 1:12, and my time it is almost 4. It's 3:40 almost. So I'm going to assume that this is pretty much done and over with. I can't see them adding anything else that's crazy or really important. So first and foremost, I don't want this to be too long of a video, but yeah, we gotta start off right here with this big one. This one down here in the mechanics balancing stuff. It chats about the TB. You've stated that the difficulty will not be rolled back. And then this person asks, or in the question they say, players are worried that with this new edition it'll be hidden behind some massive paywall and it will weaken the total community. Okay, this is Top Hat. Top Hat, I like this a little bit. I don't like this a little bit. This, I don't know. I kind of wanting these Q&As, I want to give the good and then the bad, but starting with the bad. But I guess this is more of a good, so how about we start off with the good first? And his response is this. There is a discussion in the community that this TB is setting up for a future progression system element that is imminently planned. Okay, so for these TBs, any really new progression systems like a territory battle, a new raid, there is always going to be a progression system. And not really last year, it's about almost last year. No, we're still in the same year with Relics, this little like last few months. Relics in year 13, that's the new progression system. And it makes sense to me at least that they are going to set this up for future. And if you continue reading about this, it says, Geonosis Light Side is intended to be a long-term piece of content that will take some time to master. It is intentional. We've tried to account for player theory crafters who generally do a great job of finding these. So pretty much they're kind of like saying, screw you theory crafters in this one. It's just going to be too hard for them to even figure something out that's a little bit different, you know, out of the box kind of things. And then it says, we do not plan on any expansion of relics, level cap increase, or really anything with future progression with the system right now. So that's okay. I don't know where they are mentioning this, but if you want to just compare this to like an, well, they mention it right here, but I'm chatting about like the HSTR. Like the HSTR, that lasted, I would say, was it even a year or so, maybe even less of being able to complete it and getting all the good rewards and almost autoing it at that point. And we're at a point now that it's even easier, way easier actually. So if I were them, they just increased with relics and these level cap stuff not too long ago. They say right here they have no intention of doing any more in the next 3 months. This is good stuff. I mean, although the TB is really bad and is garbage with how difficult it is, this gives me a little bit of hope. Because if you want to think about it, let's just say like a good number, like 3 months ago is when the relics came out in Gear 13. You wait another 3 months. What is that, March, April? That's going to be 6 months until their next progression. Is that too soon? Yeah, it is. But this right here is a good little piece and chunk, I guess you could say, with figuring it all out as we continue with the progression. The TB is still not good, to my opinion. There's so many things moving in this TB. Comparing this to the Darkside TB, guys, Darkside TB had a lot more leeway with, you know, all the added bonuses with the Separatists, the Droids, the Geos, stuff like that. And you comparing that to the Galactic Republic and like the Jedi, the Padme, the clones, there is a lot more leeway towards the dark side and Separatists than there is for the GR. And I want to do a video chatting about that here in a little bit. But yeah, this first question, it looks okay. They also, in the very end of this, they say here, if there's any problem, in your example, they say mass exodus, meaning like the end, they're going to change it. So even if, to my understanding of how I read this, is even if this is like the end of the world for this game, and it is so dang hard that you just can't beat it no matter what, they're going to change it and make it somewhat beatable. It seems like they're going to change here and intervene, they say, and make changes, and then they also just say, hope this helps allay any concerns. So this is a good one, and I want to start off with this good one. This is a good one, guys. And, okay, we're going to also continue here. Let's read some of this quality of life stuff. One little thing here about the GA stuff, and in this question in particular, is refunding Zetas or whole characters / roster, giving that credits and whatnot. And Top Hat also here says they have no intention of doing this. Pretty much, they spend their time about creating these game rewards for players who have developed and better developed rosters. So, AKA whales. People who have focused rosters that have not been playing since launch, because people who have been playing since launch, like me, have a lot of just really bad tunes, like not very attractive tunes, like for example, like some of the Rebels, Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum, just really bad stuff, and this pretty much means that it's gonna still be the same thing for GAC. You're gonna still have bad matchups, unfortunately. I mean, you can't do anything about that, I guess. They have to really revamp the entire system, but with all these things going on their hands, with everything, the TBs and the new raid and all this stuff, I don't think they have much time to think about GAC, unfortunately. There is a question here, I'm not sure exactly where it is, but they are going to increase some of the GAC credits, those little tokens you get after each season, which is good. And with that being said, for that, I would really start hoarding those things, because I can definitely see them adding like a new character or a ship into that new mode. And the mode I'm talking about, let's go into the game really fast, is this one right here. So you come over here, it's this one right here, the Championship Store. This is the one that they are saying that they're going to increase these things on. And yeah, this is a big one. This is really good for Kyrotechs. This is good for some of the Gear 12 Plus and finisher pieces. So if I were you guys, I only have 2,000 right now. I'm going to start actually hoarding these up and saving like lots. I think if you want to just know like what kind of rewards you get at the end of every season, you get like 5k at these top end Kybers. The lowest end you're going to get 3,200. So I would really just start saving up a lot. That's just my thoughts on that. So coming back to the Q&A, they chat a little bit about reworks here. This is more about the First Order, the FO faction, and this question's like, why don't you like kind of nerf or make like in this case FOX not as good, but then improve others like Phasma and Pilot? And they say that they don't really have a whole lot of intentions with this, but they do really want to incorporate some minor stat updates. But not like full-on reworks. They say in all these, when it comes to considering new characters and reworks, that they have not a whole lot of time on their hands, and it takes a lot of effort and time. So I wouldn't really. This is good leeway, or this is a good segue into my next thing here I want to chat about. This is a good thing to chat about, because if you're gonna chat about Kiadi Mundi in this kind of aspect of the game with the reworks. And this is another great thing to chat about with the TB too. You're going to come back in the game here. This whole faction, the TB, and the GR and Jedi, the GR Jedi, besides Kiadi, they're just so bad. Kiadi Mundi makes this entire faction actually worth it. It's this thing right here, the Jedi Council, with extra speed, offense, HP. You're going to partner somebody like this guy with some of these other older Jedi. It's going to make it a lot easier to beat some of these missions. And if I were to guess, Kiadi Mundi is the key to beating probably 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4 for most of these missions. He's a Jedi, he's a GR, he is the chosen one here. He just is, plain and simple. And I don't think they have any intentions anytime soon to rework people like Plo Koon. They could give him a little bit of touch up, right? But like people like Luminara, Amagundai, Eth Koth, A-Lug, Hit Fisto. I don't think that they have any intention of working and reworking those guys at all. If anything, it's going to be minor stat updates like they just mentioned there. I just can't see them updating a whole lot of people like that. It takes them too long. The only one I can see them doing is Mace Windu, and they even kind of hinted towards it next year in February, around the next Season 7 of Clone Wars. But guys, this whole rework thing, it's this guy right here. Ki-Adi-Mundi is their rework. And it's hard for me to kind of wrap my head around why they would make that happen, because actually I probably could, because it makes them the most money. It does, because this guy is on this tough node. You need 22,000, but realistically that is actually 7-star Gear 13 Relic 7 on everybody here, 501st clones, Shock T, and Arc Trooper. That's going to get you 1 shard, and you need a lot of people in your guild to be that high. For my guild, this is probably, I would say, close to a year being off of 7-starring him. Unlocking him is a totally different thing. But when we're talking about the entire thing of this TB, yeah, you're looking around, for at least I think my guild in particular, you're looking at around an entire year before you're going to have a 7-star Ki-Adi to make all these other missions easier on yourselves. Easier. For ships, though, the missing thing there is just a 7-star negotiator, and that's going to be done within a few months, I would say. So the ships shouldn't be too bad. The thing, though, is that the Jedi are lacking in the category of survivability and damage, and Ki-Adi-Mundi makes up for that. So that's that part. Coming back to the Q&A, guys. Let's see here. Only a few more I want to chat about, nothing crazy. So let's come back. You know what? This might be the last one I want to chat about. Okay, so just really quick, they have no intentions yet again of not making the signal data easier to farm. It's still going to be on that Cantina stuff. You know, I mean, it's the same stuff they've been chatting over like the last 3-4 months of Q&As. But this one right here, this is probably the silliest thing they could have said here. This is such a silly response, guys. It really is. Last one here, then we'll end the video. Question. At one of the recent Q&A, you mentioned a plan to ease up the gear crunch. Was that forgotten or being planned? No, says Cyanides. I haven't forgotten. We were planning more. We added Kairos to daily activities. Yes, they did. And TW rewards. Yes, they did. That's great. Amazing. That's beautiful. I love it a lot. Okay? And then they also even reduced the crystal and shard shop cost of Gear 12 and added Gear 12 Plus to the shard shop. Reduce the energy of the ship energy so you can even farm easier. That's great, okay? That's amazing. I love it. But we still need more. That's the issue, okay? And then they say, actually, my question back to you, the guy who asked this question, is easing. Define easing. I hear easing a lot, but it actually, but it is very subjective, he says. Mathematically, we have eased the gear grind, but that doesn't mean that players actually feel the easing. This isn't being snarky. I am just genuinely interested in what everyone's definition of easing is to see if I can somehow help that feeling. I can give you a pretty dang good definition of easing. How about we go back in the game really fast? Last and final time. I'll give you a pretty solid definition. For top-end guild now, to try to get this TB done and dusted, you need at least, I would say, for a lot of these missions, Relic 5 and plus, Relic 5, 6, 7, 7 being optimal, and the best one you can get, the highest one you can get in the game. And the gear grind, the gear crunch is the TW rewards, is the daily activities and getting these Kairos. Is that enough? You only get, you know, a couple, you know, 2 to 3, I think, TWs a month for, like, let's say 15 of these a piece. And then 3 of these a day for only 1 of each piece. Is that enough? Is that easing? No. That's the definition of easing. Easing is actually giving us more than, you know, I would say in a month you're probably getting 1 from not even farming anything at all. 1 piece a month from all these new characters and people you need to now get Gear 13 for this TB is not even close. And easing is not... it's not happening. It's not really helping many people at all. It might be helping people who are on this light side TB for Hoth or on the still trying to get going on their dark side Geo TB. But for easing on this next territory battle is not even close. That, though, is their intention here. They want this to be an extremely difficult mode, which it is. And I don't see them easing too much. They did chat about easing a little bit in a little bit from a time from now to ease on the crunch even more, which would be nice. But as of right now, this is not even anywhere close for Kairos. It's not even close for carbs, guns, all that even stuff. it's just not enough. Still kind of the same thing. It helped a little bit since then, since they fixed those things, adding in the Kairos and these new things in their TWs and stuff, but it's not even close to anywhere that we need it to be. If they really want to go and ease a lot of the gear crunch still, they need to go back. They got to go and incorporate old rewards for the HAAT. They got to make the rewards better in the HSTR, which they won't. They did that last Q&A. They chatted about that. They're not. But if they wanted to actually ease, they got to do that. You are stuck pretty much, if you're at my GP and you're kind of in my kind of situation, you are pretty much stuck at a lot of these guys gear 12 for a long time. And for this new TB, you need an entire team of gear 13, Relic 5+, in my opinion, to even have a shot of getting at least 3 out of 4, even 4 out of 4 if you're lucky, and getting good RNG. And with how the system is right now, you're not even close to even being able to do that. So that's it, guys. I do want to do a video though chatting about the comparing and contrasting the dark side and light side TB here soon, and hopefully that is a good video. And I want to do it because, yeah, there's a whole lot of issues with this. Even though this is planned for a future progression, it is still really off. So that's it for today. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching it to the end. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, share it around, and sub the channel if you guys are new here. I'm going to try to keep as many daily videos as possible chatting about the TB, and that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see y'all later.